Hey, you guys, thank you so much for tuning into my podcast. Of course, you guys, we are going to be getting into a topic this week that might be triggering for some people. And I really wanted to talk about the rise and the fall of OnlyFans. So, with that being said, like in 2020, when OnlyFans really started to boom, it was around the time where, COVID was coming around, everyone was at home. So that right there to me was the start in the big boom of OnlyFans. The fall of OnlyFans is now in 2023, where people use OnlyFans as a way to disrespect a woman. So I knew this was going to happen. I said this years ago when OnlyFans first started coming around, and I would be talking to groups of sex workers back in that time, and I would be telling them, like, OnlyFans is not go stay like what it is. So enjoy it while you can, because it's a big boom right now, because it's new, it's fun. Anything that's new and interesting and fun and different is always going to have a big boom. But is it going to last over time is going to be the big question. OnlyFans did not last as an adult platform, okay? Some platforms that you can look at that have lasted over the years, for years and years and years, My Free Cams. All the chatting sites like Chat Your Bait, stuff like that. Those websites, phone sex companies, those type of sites have lasted for years. OnlyFans lasted for that time because it was interesting and it was new. But OnlyFans is not even considered an adult platform anymore, right? So whenever you go to OnlyFans, you have people using OnlyFans for cooking shows. You have people using OnlyFans for shit that has nothing to do with porn. Okay? So this is where we start to get the fall. Now, it's not even considered an adult platform, right? So, in 2020, we had a big boom of women stepping into the sex industry, which I feel like had never been seen before. You know what I mean? Being a sex worker has always been so taboo. People look at it and they automatically reject it. So, 2020, seeing that big of a boost of sex workers come into the industry, now looking at 2023, ask most of those girls if they're continuing to do OnlyFans. Half of them will tell you no, because they're not making a lot of money on that shit. And they see it takes a lot of work. Now, with that being said, you have regular girls who have been in a regular lifestyle their whole life. Y'all, I've been doing this for almost 10 years, okay? So you have people who was living a regular lifestyle, never ever been a sex worker, decide, oh, I'm going to get an OnlyFans because I see all these people making money. So a lot of people did that shit for money, right? So now you've uploaded all types of porn and shit of yourself to the internet and not really got no exposure, got nothing out of it really. Besides, I mean, some girls did do good. Don't get it twisted. But those are girls that had a huge following, that had a huge fan base on Instagram or Twitter or somewhere where a lot of people were already waiting for them to show that ass. Okay? So if you're just a regular 9-to-5 girl, you don't even have a platform on the internet. You have less than fucking 500 followers, and you decided to build an OnlyFans to start from those little followers that you had and build up trying to make a career or a lifestyle from OnlyFans. You realized it was harder than what the fuck it looked like. Because that's how it is. Whenever I first came into the industry, a lot of people was, oh yeah, it looks so easy. But they don't understand what I was doing behind the scenes to make that shit pop. I was putting a lot of fucking effort into it shit. And I know it seems like, oh, it's just porn, it's just webcam, it's no big deal. Dude, it is. It's not what people think it is. Because there's so many women in this shit. You have to find your talent and take that shit and make your own fan base out of it. Because if not, you will get drowned out of all the bitches who have done porn, who did one-time videos. Like, the porn industry is nothing like it used to be years ago. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing like it used to be. When I first got into the industry, it was a lot harder to get into those events. You couldn't just go to an event. Like, OnlyFans models, they're not gonna invite you out to an event. Okay? OnlyFans does not do anything special for the models that make them all that money on that platform. That's another reason why OnlyFans fail, because they were getting millions and millions and millions, billions of dollars on that platform, and not one time did they do an OnlyFans an event or something big to bring the fans out. Nothing. This is why the cam sites and shit like that have lasted longer, because each year they have events. They give money and put money into the models that make them so much money. They send them gifts. They send them to concerts. You know what I mean? So, like I said, back to the main point of this, a lot of regular girls uploaded porn to the internet thinking that they were going to blow, and they didn't. So now you've got your porn all over the internet. You've had small amount of people see you, and you not even get paid off your views or nothing. All of my views on X videos, any porn platform you see, anytime it gets played, I get a pay. Okay? Everything is play, I get paid. You feel me? That's why I could never really go as hard as I wanted to on OnlyFans. Because I was like, why do OnlyFans when I can upload to X videos? And yeah, it might look like I'm uploading free shit to y'all, but X videos is paying me because of the traffic that I bring into that site and how many people actually come to my page. So I receive a check. So with that being said, all these girls that uploaded fucking OnlyFans videos and shit, they shit is all out there in the metaverse or the fucking internet all over the place and shit. And now they're offended and they want to get mad because people don't respect them. Bro, I always knew this shit was going to happen. Sex work was starting to feel like it was being liberated. And I even said this on a podcast a few months ago. I said, sex work is becoming liberated. It's becoming, they might as well legalize prostitution and things like that, or decriminalize it to make it safe for sex workers. I'm gonna just say this now. As good as that sounds, that's like a fucking delusion. That's a fairy tale. Sex work will never be accepted, ever. It doesn't matter if you became fucking the biggest name in the industry. Even the biggest names in the industry who are straight bona fide business women don't get respected for the business aspect that they put behind that work in the porn industry. They get looked at like just how most guys feel about them. Sluts, whores, hoes. So now you have all these girls get mad about dudes getting, disrespectful with them for having OnlyFans and shit. It's like, I knew that shit was gonna happen. Y'all did not literally know what y'all signed up for when y'all did that shit. When y'all did that shit, y'all literally gave all those dudes the opportunity to literally say and do whatever the fuck they want to you. And you get no backlash out of it. Now, I'm going to just say this. If you go go into the porn industry, do it big. You might as well be a fucking webcam model. Okay? And actually get paid off of your live to have a little fun. And it's not like it used to be. Like when I got started, you're not going to get screen recorded or nothing like that. You can build a bigger base. And then you can start an OnlyFans off of that. And you probably get better pleasure. But most of the dudes would say, hey, baby, are you going to be on live? Because they rather interact with you. They rather have a good time and talk to you and live. You feel me? That's why OnlyFans is like, it was never gonna last like we wanted it to. And then another thing that fucked up for the regular girls trying to get on these fucking OnlyFans sites and shit like that, or Fansly, is that celebrities was getting on this shit now. You got people like Black China on the same platform that you're on. So it's like, it's fucking hard to compete with OnlyFans because you have to actually bring the traffic to your site, versus on those other sites, they send the traffic to you. So no matter what, you go end up getting a check. OnlyFans, you gotta constantly put a lot of work into that, and it's not guaranteed that that shit push. And no disrespect, I'm a sex worker, dude. I'm just saying, you better off being a legit porn fucking star at this point. When you doing OnlyFans and shit, you literally better off doing webcam or literal porn, because you gonna get more money out of it. And at least you can get paid for your views if you get a good contract. But it's like, you put all the shit out there, right? A guy goes by your OnlyFans, and then he exposes you to Twitter. So now all of your shit is on Twitter. And then you go to Twitter. Why even go to OnlyFans when you can go to Twitter and you can scroll through and see nothing but sex? Nothing but pussy, nothing but ass, nothing but titties. Sex work had got watered down because of OnlyFans. No disrespect. When OnlyFans started, it watered down sex work so much. Because before, the sex workers that were sex workers actually did it because they somewhat had a passion, and they was like, fuck it. They already was willing to take that step. Or you were someone like me that kind of got drug into it because someone seen that you were like different, exotic sexually. So they put you on the porn sites or something like that. See, my case was very rare. I was a very rare case of how that happened. And that's because I had a unique look. I think it was because of the long tongue, and that's just unique. So, of course, that got popular fast. But OnlyFans watered down sex work because a lot of the people that went to OnlyFans went to that shit like, I'm about to hustle up and get some fast money real quick, real fast. Okay? And all sex work starts from that, I'm going to get some money real quick, real fast type shit. But OnlyFans was different. It made it way easier. Like, back in the day, like I said, getting started into these websites, it was not easy. It was a lot of steps. It was a lot of learning. It was a lot of more, interaction. With OnlyFans, you don't have to really interact with your customers or your clients. You just upload the shit, and they do what they want with it. They pay for it or whatever. With that being said, so many women ran to that shit that were not even in their heart. They didn't really want to do that shit. They was like, damn, I'm going to just do this shit real quick because I know I can make some money from it real fast. But it was never like something they truly wanted to do. So now you have women who got on there and didn't even do what they were supposed to do. So a lot of money got wasted. A lot of dudes got on OnlyFans from 2020 to 2023. A lot of money's been wasted. A lot of dudes have felt played like a motherfucker. You know why? When you're on webcam or something like that, they get to see you and they get to decide if they want to pay for you. Because you're cool, you're talking, it's live. So it's like, okay, if I want to send her some money, I can. Or I can just sit here and see if I like her, see if she's worth it. With OnlyFans, girls were good at finessing on that shit. And you might be like, what you mean, butterfly? What I said, they were good at finessing on there. So they were good at making great previews, making good little commercial, quotation, commercial type videos, putting them on Twitter and Instagram, getting a big flow of traffic. to the OnlyFans, right? So they get to the OnlyFans and they like feel played because it's nothing like they expected it to be. So they get in the video that they thought they were going to watch for free, they got to now pay for. And it was a lot of scammy type shit going down. When you're contracted through websites like MyFreeCams and stuff like that, you literally have to sign your name on the dotted line that you're not going to do no scam type shit like that. If you do, they're going to take your money. You're going to get in big trouble. You'll be banned from the site. It's not a game. You know what I mean? On OnlyFans, they don't have nothing like that. They don't have nothing where they could protect the client. Now, that's the most important thing about the websites that have lasted for so long, is that they protect the client. They make sure that if anything fucking scammy happens, that customer who spent that money on that woman is not going to get played out of his money. With OnlyFans, they did not have that. They don't have that. So it's dudes that get on there, and they have to, a lot of guys get on there, and they feel played. Because they go through a lot of different OnlyFans profiles, and it's a lot of scammy type shit. So most of those dudes end up doing what? Deleting that shit, going to porn, regular porn, X videos, XXNX, X Hamster, RedTube. Like, there's so many porn sites that you can go to and watch that shit for free. And if you really want an interaction, you can go to what's been there. That's what's been there. Ain't never had a problem. Phone sex, webcam, escorting. People rather do that. People might buy an OnlyFans out of curiosity, but OnlyFans ain't even an adult networking platform anymore. If y'all remember, like in 2021 around October, they said that they were going to cut all the sex workers off of their site. OnlyFans was no longer going to be a sex worker site. It was for all types of people who wanted to have a platform, not necessarily sex, but they didn't really want sex on the platform anymore. And then they seen how much fucking traffic people were talking about. Oh, well, there ain't no need in going to OnlyFans, you know? So they tried to turn it around and be like, we're not going to cut it. We're not going to cut y'all doing sex work on here, but we just want everyone to know that OnlyFans is not an adult video network or an adult network. This is a platform. It's a platform like Twitter or, but you get paid for your subscription. But it's not necessarily for sex. Okay? So it's like, okay, now you got all types of shit. You got dudes doing workout videos on there and all types of shit. So it's not even a sex worker platform anymore. So now you got all these girls who went and did sex work and don't feel proud of it because they don't really have shit to show for it. I'm very lucky to have done sex work and got rewarded for the sex work that I've done. I've gotten opportunities because of the sex work I've done. I've been flown out to places. I've been to a lot of events because of it. I've felt like, okay, you know what? Even though I did sex work, like, I've had fun. Like, I've been rewarded for doing it. Okay? So when you got the females that did OnlyFans, and they wasn't really even proud to even be going into it in the first place, now they've left it because it doesn't feel worth it, but they still feel exposed because they put that shit out on the internet. Now you got dudes on these podcasts and shit making these women feel like trash and shit already because of the fact that she was not confident in what she was doing in the first place. And so now the payout wasn't what she thought it was going to be. Because whenever most women started the OnlyFans, they was like, fuck it. I'm going to do the OnlyFans. I'm going to make some money. And it won't matter what nobody have to say because I've been made some money. Right? So then turn around and that shit didn't happen. and now you've exposed yourself and not got rewarded or got no real money out of it, right? Now you want to sit up and be mad at the dudes that are talking shit about OnlyFans models on the internet. Bro, these dudes are talking about OnlyFans models. They're not talking about porn stars or webcam models or fucking, specifically OnlyFans models. You know why they doing that? You know why they're specifically targeting OnlyFans models? Because they're specifically targeting OnlyFans models because they don't feel like an OnlyFans model is being like if you didn't make six figures on that shit, if you're not making no real big money on there, then you basically exposed yourself for nothing. So when people start going through the numbers of how many people actually made around six figures on OnlyFans, the number is really fucking low. Most of the people that were making that amount, six figures and more, are celebrity or Instagram influencers with huge followings in the 100K or more. So now you got these dudes going on these podcasts specifically targeting OnlyFans models because OnlyFans didn't do what the fuck they was supposed to do with that platform. Why would y'all start off as a motherfucking adult video fucking platform to take it to, oh, we don't support all of that? You know what that made happen? That made people disrespect and not have a respect for OnlyFans models because they was like, oh, well, OnlyFans was never supposed to be for sex anyway. Bro, yes the fuck it was. They just started trying to do that shit whenever they had to start paying out a lot of fucking money for the bullshit that was happening on that site. From them having to fucking figure out how they go get money back to people because they're saying that OnlyFans is a scam of sex work. So they tried to say, oh, no, that's not us. That's the sex workers on there. But we don't support sex work. We were never supposed to be for sex workers. It just took a boom because of all the sex workers being on there. But originally, it was never supposed to be for sex workers. That's how OnlyFans, the company, Demon Time, the company, covered their motherfucking ass. Because they didn't want to have to have a huge lawsuit of bullshit. Now people don't respect the OnlyFans models that were on there being sex workers. Now being an OnlyFans model in the fucking industry or just around saying, oh, it's not. Bro, it's all because of OnlyFans, Demon Time, the company itself. Bro, y'all know for a fact that y'all started OnlyFans as a fucking sex working network and it didn't turn out the way it was supposed to do because y'all motherfuckers didn't make a fine print. Y'all should have made a legit contract so bitches knew not to be on there doing no fucking scamming shit and dudes knew what the fuck was gonna be up at the end of it. I don't understand why they couldn't make it that easy. Now you got people that want to constantly get on the internet and disrespect OnlyFans models and shit. I personally don't think OnlyFans was ever worth it because of all the shit you had to go through. You had to constantly, do a lot of work and promoting, letting your fans see you and all the subscription and all the stupid shit. And, bro, people, don't get it twisted. Anybody can get in the top 1%. The top 1% is not the top 1% on the website. It's the top 1% in how much money you've brought into yourself. So if you've constantly got money sitting in there and you constantly letting your money add up, your percentage will drop. You will get to the top 1%. It's not like you're the top model on OnlyFans. That's not what it means. You know what I mean? So people would be trying to use, oh, I'm the top 1%. Bitch, that means all the money that you've made on there, you just letting it sit. Like somebody like me, I was never in the top 1% because a baby like me, I cash out as soon as I get a certain amount. I'm not about to let my money stack up and stack up and stack up and have motherfucking 15 or 16K sitting on a digital platform. That's dumb as hell. You feel me? I always felt like that was a way for OnlyFans to try to finesse you. If anything, if the system crashed and all your money gone. And they like, well, you were supposed to cash it out type shit. But you was trying to be in the top 1%, which don't mean shit. It don't mean shit. It was all a finesse. How you got to the top 1% meant you never pulled your money out. You was just letting all the money that you make stack up in there. The more money you had in your account, that's how you got to the top 1%. That means you had a lot of money sitting in your OnlyFans account. But as soon as you cash that money out, your percentage would drop. So a lot of people wouldn't cash their money out because they wanted their percentage to look high. Because, of course, when these dudes go to your website, your OnlyFans page, and they see you're in the top 1%, they're thinking, oh, she's in the top 1% because of her performance. It has nothing to do with performance. It has to do with how much money is in their account. Okay? So I guess you could say it's based off of performance in a way, but not really. You feel me? Because a lot of these girls that was on these sites, they was good at finessing this shit and getting the client to get in and pay. But once they got in, they was like, man, this shit is whack. They couldn't get them to stay. Anybody can get somebody to come to the OnlyFans, but can you get them to be reoccurring and pay for that shit monthly? Highly doubt it. Like, it's hard as fuck. Bruh. Take it from somebody who's been in this shit for a long time. It got so bad on OnlyFans that bitches was getting desperate. And I'm going to tell you one thing about the sex industry is I learned fast. Because like I said, I've been in this shit for almost 10 years. Whenever I first started doing webcam, especially these dudes who have been in this sex world for a long time, like they've been doing, this type of interaction type of shit for years, they will try to get you to do any fucking thing to see if you'll do it. Not even into it, just to see if they can get you to do it as a way to disrespect yourself. So, for example, whenever I first started doing webcam, I would have people come in there and ask me for the most outrageous shit. Like, they want me to go fucking shit on the toilet and lick it off. Literally, they would ask fucking shit like that. That's why when you go into my profile on my free cams, it says nothing disgusting or gross. Because people would just ask random disgusting or gross shit, and it'd be like, dude, no. Like, fuck no. But there's some girls who do that shit, a very low percentage, but they be doing that shit for that dough. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sell my soul. Some of y'all be selling y'all soul, bro. We already sex workers. We already doing the most. I'm not about to fucking sell my soul and do some shit that I will fucking regret. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only do what I'm truly into. So if somebody asked me in real life or in an interview, I wouldn't be embarrassed. I would own that shit. You feel me? But so many females started getting desperate on OnlyFans that they started doing that scat shit. So there was a fucking big boom of girls doing, scat on their OnlyFans. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, we know. We know a lot of y'all bitches was playing in y'all doo-doo for money. That's nasty. And I mean, if that's your kink, whatever. But a lot of y'all, I'm sorry, that's not y'all kink. That's not y'all kink. Most dudes, I've been doing this shit for so long. Most dudes, I'ma tell you, 90% of the dudes that do that shit, they're not doing it because they're really into the fact that you putting shit on you or you're eating your shit, whatever. They're into it because they got you to do it. And it's the fact, like, oh, I got this dumb bitch to do that shit. Like, that's how they feel. There's some people who are really out there and they're really sadistic with that shit. Like, I'm going to get her to do some nasty, disgusting shit so I could, like, have that on her. And a lot of y'all did that shit and got exposed on Twitter and got y'all fucking whole account deleted and suspended because y'all was doing shit that's immoral. Like, let's be for real. You feel me? So now you're really exposed. You're all on the internet playing your shit from OnlyFans. People that screen recorded you from OnlyFans and put you on Twitter. And don't be saying, oh, I can sue. No, the fuck you can't. Because you uploaded that video yourself. Not like somebody went and screen recorded you from a site and put you on a porn site or some shit to get paid. They could put you on Twitter. As long as they're not getting paid from you, they can upload your video. They can totally do that. Because you uploaded it yourself. So now it's like a public document. It's public. It doesn't matter if it's on a private page. If they pay and they can go in there, it's now public to them. They can take that info. Literally. So a lot of y'all was getting exposed on Twitter playing in y'all shit from OnlyFans. Like, that's crazy as hell. Even on motherfucking MyFreeCams or any of the big major porn sites. You can't do shit like that. It's literally against code of conduct. You can't do shit like that. Literally. A lot of people was going to OnlyFans because they was getting y'all to fulfill their dark ass fantasies that they know that they can't get done on MyFreeCams, on any type of phone sex. They was going to OnlyFans to get that dark ass shit out of y'all. Y'all was doing that shit for money. There's a lot of shit that I will not do because it's just immoral to do that shit. Like, I'm not about to do nothing that's, has to do with consent. If you try to get me to do anything that's beyond, like, I didn't consent, I'm not doing those type of fantasies. A lot of y'all females were on OnlyFans doing rape fantasies and all types of weird ass, dark ass fantasies like that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people did go to OnlyFans to get their dark ass fantasies fulfilled. Because a lot of that shit they can't get done on the sites. And y'all did that shit. And now, OnlyFans ain't even fucking like it used to be. It's not accepted. You don't have a big boom of females going into OnlyFans nowadays because they seen the rise and the fall of fucking OnlyFans. And now, it's so crazy because it's like, how are we going to come back from that? Literally. It's going to be a long journey, and I cannot wait to see how this goes, you guys. I had such a great time talking with y'all today. Thank you so much for joining me on my podcast. I cannot wait for y'all to join me next week. You know what I say. It's going to be lit.